Well, hello there everyone. I hope you're all doing great on this Thursday evening. And today, if you haven't guessed already, we're gonna be exploring Jean and test her limits, if anything, both within her personality and her combat capabilities. So strap in, maybe grab a nice beverage of some kind, preferably tea, and let's begin with doing some stuff as usual, so daily stuff. First of all, we're gonna do some daily quests and then see how we get on from there. Hey there, Angel. Hey there, Alex. Hopefully you guys doing okay. So, let's get started. How's everyone doing? Me, myself? I'm doing okay, I guess. Nothing special. I mean, I had already my tea. I made sure that as soon as I got here, I drank some nice lemon tea before the stream to like ease in my voice a little bit. Because the last thing I want is voice cracks in the middle of the stream. I wouldn't want that to happen. So gotta warm up my vocal cords, So, have you guys been up to anything fun since yesterday? Because me, myself? Not really. Although I did, do some reading in the meantime. It's kind of turning into Lux's manhwa minute every single stream, but you know what? I thought I'd share anyway, because some of you might be interesting. So, today, I read just a couple chapters, but the story was pretty interesting. So, the manhwa in question, called I Reincarnated 10,000 Years into the Future. Now, from the title itself, you might think it's one of those general boring reincarnation manhwas that there's plenty of. And you will be right, but at the same time, it's kind of interesting because it's done by Chinese authors, so you know that stuff is gonna be pretty predictable. But the plot itself is actually pretty interesting because the entire idea is that the main character gets stronger by basically sleeping and fighting monsters inside his mind. Shine down. And he basically absorbs the power of like monsters that he kills, at least from what I've seen so far. And for some reason in this world, your health is basically like your power gauge. So they basically gave everyone like a health scale. So it goes from like 0.1 to like infinity. And in order to become like martial arts warrior of legends, your health need to be like over 500. And it starts with like 0.5, I think. And our main protagonist is like starts at 0.7. So pretty weak. Nothing special to talk about. But then one day, he's been chilling as usual, having those Z's. And he was like, you know what? I've been seeing these monsters for the past couple days. They've been giving me nightmares. Even my health level dropped because of them. So you know what? I'm just gonna annihilate them. And he goes like full berserk mode and kills a zombie with a stone, as you would. And basically gains power from it. He gains like memories of the dude that he killed. And surprisingly, the guy that he killed was some military officer. So he gains like the power of military on his side. He gains like martial arts that they teach you in military. And that's kind of where I stopped. So I read only 2 chapters, but so far, it's pretty dumb. But you know what? It's kind of good dumb. Which, my favorite type of story to read. But yeah, I thought I'd share with you guys. Maybe you'd like to give it a read yourself. I think it only has like 7 chapters. But it's still kind of interesting. Oh, Angel. I can tell you plenty of reincarnation anime that I watched when I was younger. Because when it comes to anime, I'm a little bit of a basic bitch. And what that means is that I like power fantasies. Just because I like to switch my brain off and not think about it, you know? That's why my favorite... my favorite anime of all time is Bleach. Not because I have great taste, but because I like cool swords and fights, you know? That's what gets my, you know, blood pumping. And gets me riled up and everything. I'm sure it's for some of you as well. Although I could be a little bit intellectual every now and again. My first anime ever, and I'm proud to say this, was Death Note. So you know what? My taste in anime might be trash, but at the same time, I can proudly say that I was cultured from the first show onward. Just because my taste deteriorated with time, doesn't mean I don't have culture on my side. And that's really what it matters. It's all about how you start something. As long as you have a strong start, it doesn't matter how much you go down. Because you know what? When you start at the top, the only way is down. And when you go all the way down from the top, at least you can say you've been to the top. And that's really what it's all about in the end. Oh goddamn guys, I'm not jealous of you having like exams and everything. I remember my exams in like school and everything. Those were stressful. I hope you guys, you know, like the best advice I could give you for exams in general is don't stress too much about it. And another thing is don't like not sleep on the last day, because I know the nerves might be piling up and you might not feel like sleeping on the day of the exam, but take my word for it. As somebody who went to his finals with pretty much 48 hours of being awake beforehand, I can say with a 100% degree of certainty that you shouldn't do that. Because even though I didn't fail my exams, I felt like I was dying, both physically and mentally. So yeah, make sure you get enough sleep, you know, maybe have a nice meal in the morning. Get yourself, another thing, get yourself some like chocolate, like dark chocolate preferably. It gets your brain going in the morning, and you know, you're gonna feel like you can take on the world. Even if you don't like sweets, I would strongly recommend you do that before exams. Like maybe even candy if you're not into like chocolate. Because myself, not the biggest fan of chocolate. But it gets your brain going and gives you like the endorphin pump that you desperately need in the morning. It makes you feel good. If anything, take it before exams, like before you go into the room. It's probably for the better. And if anything, get yourself some tea as well while you're at it. That's probably the best combination ever. I swear, we're getting this quest like every single day. I don't know what's going on now. I think it's the third day in a row we're getting it. Have I been cursed by the Adventurer Guild or something? Unbelievable. All I want is Futuri quest to get that name card that I desperately want to flex on everyone. To have that mask or the show that I succeeded in life, you know? By getting an achievement in the video game. Because that's what we're here for. Why get achievements in real life when you can get fictional ones? That's what I always say. Alright, let's complete it quickly and then move on to the actual quest. But yeah guys, you talking about exams gave me like anxiety rush from my school days myself. Because I was never like an A-star student, but I was always like decent. Because I don't know about your guys' school system, but I was in something called triple math and like English and science, which basically means you kind of smart, but at the same time not really. Because all it means is that you have triple as many exams. So essentially what it does to you is you just gotta study 3 times as hard. And the results you get is pretty much exactly the same majority of the time. So yeah, I hated it. Because when my friends had to go through like, let's say 8 exams, I had to go through 24. And that was honestly the worst period in my life. Because all I did was stress about exams. And I hated that feeling. Because I'm not a nerd by nature. I hate studying. But, as you will, my parents forced me to. Because they were like, look, Lux, you gotta study for this. And then you can do whatever you want. So the promised land of freedom was the only thing that kept me going. Promised land of never be forced to take another exam in my life. And then I went to college and it's repeating all over again. And I was lied to. So yeah, don't get deceived by your parents. Study in school, but don't study too hard. Because your future is important, but it's not important enough to have a mental breakdown in the middle of it. Okay? So take it easy. Don't be lax about it, but you know, have fun with it, if you will. Oh, hey, Sadie. Hopefully you're doing okay. And hey there, Doc. Sorry, I missed you a little bit. Was a bit distracted by my life lesson. As you know, sometimes I like to be a little bit of a spiritual guide for you guys and give you a bit of a life advice, if you will. Oh, I do remember that, Alex. I do remember the U was actually, I think it's stated for unqualified, right? So you basically, if you guys don't know, F is like the worst, right? For majority of countries. But in UK, we have a system where we gave people U, which basically stands for you were so bad at a subject that you didn't deserve any mark for it. That's basically what it is. And yeah, if you get that, it's pretty much like a symbol of shame for everyone. Yeah, I never had that, but I knew some people who did. I was always like a decent student. I was never one of those people that would like suck up to teachers to get like the best grade possible, because I definitely knew some people like that. But I think I finished my school with like A's still. I never had like A stars because I was never a big nerd. As I said, I was always like, I just want good enough grade to not make my parents mad at me. That's kind of what it was about. And as long as I got that, I was like, cool. I got my parents off my back, and now I can do whatever I want. And that was kind of what school was all about to me. I never took school as something I need to do. I took school as something that has to be done, but at the same time, I still kind of tried my best to enjoy it. So I made friends along the way, and I tried to like join some clubs that felt like they were worth my time. So, don't know if you guys knew, I was a basketball captain in my team, in my school team. And since I'm fairly tall, I'm 6'4", which is 194 centimeters. For those of you guys that don't do feet. But yeah. And I was 190 ever since I could remember. Since I was like in high school. So I was chosen as a school captain for that reason. And because I was decent. So I played as a center. Which, if you guys know familiar with basketball, center is basically a dude that jumps for the ball, right? It's a guy that basically like a team captain in sorts. Usually. Not always, but that's usually the case. And yeah, I was pretty good at it. And I basically focused on that rather than studying for majority of the time. And I had a good time. I met some cool people. Made some good friends along the way. Don't talk to any of them now, but you know what? At the time, I felt like I was making connections. And if there's one thing I could give you advice about, especially if you're in high school, just find people that you kind of vibe with and find the activities that you kind of like and just do that. And make studies your second priority, because at the end of the day, grades are not everything in life. Even if you are not somebody that good at studying, you can still get by in life and make it the most out of it. Just focus on what you're good at, and if anything, just develop your talents. Just find what you're good at and keep going at it. Because let's say you're good at singing. Just practice that. You shouldn't worry about studying as much as about your passions. Because honestly, when you're young, you can mess up as much as you possibly can. Because mistakes when you're young are not that detrimental. Because life is all about trial and error. And as long as you give your best shot at everything you do, and even if you fail, at least at the end of the day you tried. Because remember, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. I know it's a cliche phrase to say, but it is true. That's kind of how I felt about life in general. Ever since I was teenager, I guess, pretty much. But yeah, that's a little bit of a life advice for you from Uncle Lux. I hope you learned something from it. And if not, I hope you just enjoyed listening to me rambling a little bit.
I have to stifle a smile.
Oh, it's you! Over here! Over here! It's Sarah from the Good Hunter!
Courage to say anything in opposition. Yes, this was a fine idea.
I do fight bosses, but not that often. Oh, hey Liz. Hopefully you're doing okay. Yeah, Liz, but like... The thing is, I'm a guy, and guys are usually tall. Usually, listen. If you are a guy and you're on the shorter side, there's nothing wrong with that, okay? I want to be very clear. Be proud of yourself, okay?
I'm sure I forgot.
I know that some people, you know, struggle
Not to worry,
with being on the shorter side, but at the end of the day, it's all about confidence, okay? So if you are on the shorter side, just practice your confidence, because when you are confident, it doesn't matter how tall you are. That's what truly matters. Remember that.
Oh, finally, I caught you!
Plus, the thing is, my parents are kind of tall as well, so probably that's why I'm tall. So, in my family, every single male is about 190. So my granddad is, I think, 6'5", which is around 196. My dad, I think, is a little bit shorter. He's like 192, which is around 6'2", 6'3". So, and on my other side, on my mom's side, my uncle is fairly tall as well. He's like 195-ish. And my other granddad, I think, is like 190. So, every single male in my family is fairly tall. And even females, like my mom, I think is 180. I think. So, yeah. Pretty much, I'm from a family of giants, if you will.
I have something I'd like the Knights of Favonius to do for me. And I want you to pass on my request to the acting Grand Master. Oh, so it's Jean you were really hoping to see.
The thing is, being tall is both a blessing and a curse, guys. If you are not tall, you probably won't understand this, but if you are somebody tall, you know that, first of all, finding clothing is a goddamn headache. Second of all, your back. If you are somebody tall, you know that your back is like your weakness. Because every time I wake up, I feel like a 70-year-old man, and I'm fairly in shape as well. So, there's a blessing and a curse to being tall. The blessing is pretty much everything else, because, like, you know, you can reach things, you look good, I guess, most of the time. If you are proportioned well, I guess. I know it's a weird thing to say, but it's kind of how it is, I guess. And another thing is you walk faster, which is a good thing, because the taller you are, the longer your legs, so the faster you can walk, so you can get places too faster. Not many people think about that. But the shorter you are, the longer you need to take to get to places by walking. So that's probably the biggest perk of being tall, is that you walk fast. It's probably the weirdest thing to say, but you know what? It is a fact, and people need to know it. It's a secret life hack for you guys.
You are close with her. Really? It must be a good feeling knowing Jean's got your back.
Doug, I'm pretty sure you're still growing. Guys, if you are still in your teens, you shouldn't worry about height, because you're still growing. Like, chances are you probably will grow taller. I'm just saying, unless, I'm pretty sure you grow until the age of 25. Doug, for 14, 170 is decent. It's nothing to stress about. Like, I know guys, especially for, you know, for males, it's a point of pride of being tall. I understand that. But you shouldn't focus on that. It's not the end of the world if you are on the shorter side. As I said, if you are younger, if you really care about that stuff, just eat more calcium. Like, drink milk, maybe some Greek yogurt, and you'll probably grow taller. I'm just saying. Because as a child, I drank a lot of milk and I ate a lot of cheese. So maybe that's why I'm tall. I don't know. As I said, genetics play a pretty huge part in it, but you still can outgrow your genetics. I know plenty of people who are tall despite their parents being on the shorter side. So there's always hope.
Anyway, what was it you wanted us to tell Jean? Oh yes, I must apologize for being unable to visit the Knights in person, but the restaurant has been so busy lately.
Well, the thing is, I don't like eat cheese like a snack, you know? I like cottage cheese the most. Like a nice cottage cheese with a little bit of honey, maybe a few walnuts crushed into it. It's good. It's some good stuff. Greek yogurt is another one. I know it's technically not cheese, but it's cheese product. Dairy, in the end of the day. And the only time I eat actual cheese is in dishes. So like pizza, sometimes I don't eat it often, but you know what? Every now and again, a nice slice of pie is all you need. And I don't eat sandwiches often, but like a grilled cheese on a winter night with like a nice bowl of tomato soup. Ooh, that's some good stuff right there. That's like a soulful food, you know? But yeah, other than that, don't really eat cheese that often. But I do drink a lot of milk. So yeah, maybe that's why.
Unfortunately, it's right in this busy season that the route between here and Springvale, which is used for the delivery of our ingredients, seems to have been occupied by the Hilichurls.
Stasi, in my opinion, I think for girls, the height is not important at all. I think that for women, height shouldn't be an issue whatsoever. It's just, for men, we like to, be proud of ourselves physically. So the more we have to brag about physically, the more confident we get. It's our monkey brain that speaks to us, Women don't have that. Women are more intelligent in that sense because they don't concern themselves about dumb things like height, okay? They have more important things to worry about. Most likely. I don't know. That's what I think. But yeah. Because for us, as long as we have, big muscles and we are tall, that's all that matters to men. We don't care how we look otherwise, but, as long as we're taller than our companion, and as long as we're stronger than them, that's all we care about. Because we want to be the protectors, We want to protect the fair kind, Every man dreams of being the strongest man on Earth. It's just how it is, We all want to be Saitama in our mind and heart. But not everyone can be, Not everybody has the glorious bald head that Saitama has. Not everybody can empower the 10-kilometer run on a daily basis, Some people are just not strong enough. And unfortunately, I'm one of those people. I can only do 2 kilometers run daily. Otherwise, my body just shuts down. It refuses to function. And that's what it's truly all about.
The problem is that the suppliers in Springvale say that deliveries have nothing to do with them. They're just responsible for selling us the ingredients.
On a serious note, I actually tried to do Saitama. I'm not joking. I tried to do Saitama training for a month, and I did it. And the end result was actually pretty astonishing because I got in super good shape. But the price I had to pay for it is my knees were gone. I couldn't feel my legs at all. As soon as I went for a run, it felt like I was breaking my kneecaps in half. But if you do want to look good, the regimens that Saitama gives you is actually insane. Because it makes you toned as hell. I was shredded for the first time in my life. I did it when I was 19, I want to say. So about 3 years ago. And goddamn, it was crazy. I was feeling awesome. As soon as the pain went away, which would usually take a couple hours after the actual exercise, I felt awesome. I'm never gonna do it again because I think it's a suicide to do it daily. I truly think if you actually do Saitama's trailer daily, you probably will either just shatter your kneecaps completely, or you are sent to a higher plane of being. And the thing is, I'm not strong enough, both mentally and physically, to actually do it on a daily basis for even a year. But if you do want to feel like you open your third eye and transcend beyond mortal plane, try doing it. I urge you to try doing it at least once. You're gonna feel stuff. Not all of it's gonna be good stuff, but you're gonna feel stuff. And that's something every man should experience. Even for girls, I would say it's worth trying. Because, goddamn, that's once in a lifetime experience. That I can't even describe with words.
Please, ask Master Jean to send a party to clear out the hilly trails from the road to Springvale.
I mean, Liz, no joke. I felt like an 11. Right now, I feel like an 8. And that's me being in a decent shape. But I felt like 11 at that point. And goddamn, that feeling can't be replicated by anything else. Because when you are like super in shape, it's just something about it, it makes you feel superhuman. And I don't know why. Because like, as I said, I think it's just our monkey brain just tells us, you know, more muscles equals more good, you know? In the simple terms. And I just kind of vibe with that. Because I haven't been exercising lately. I have been slacking off. I need to get back into your grind, you know? Like, I'm still fine. I'm not, like, out of shape completely. I'm still looking okay. But I miss that feeling of being so goddamn shredded. Like, I felt like I was an anime protagonist, no joke. And I want that feeling back. I want to feel like I'm goddamn Kirito yet again. I want to feel like I can just, you know, just be protagonist once again. Because, goddamn, that's like a drug for me. I like that feeling, and I want it back. But I'm not ready yet to sacrifice my health and my sanity for it. Maybe one day.
Help at last. With Jean on the case, this will be solved in no time. Thank you.
Honestly, no joke. I was considering cosplaying Zhongli, right? And then I found out that in order to cosplay Zhongli, I actually need to get in shape because I couldn't find the suit in my size. Because I was a little bit overweight at times. Like, I wasn't fat. I was still, like, fine looking. But in order to actually look like Zhongli, I would need to, you know, get my six-pack back. And the thing is, it would take such a long time to do that. I still want to do it. I will do it one day. But goddamn, it's so much hard work. And I just don't want to do it. Goddamn. Oh, hey, Runa. Hopefully you're doing okay. But yeah, guys, if there's one thing that's gonna get me back into gym, is Zhongli's cosplay, because I will do it. If it's the last thing I do, I'm gonna get shredded yet again. I'm gonna do... I wanna do Zhongli's Archon cosplay, not just Zhongli's, you know, actual suit. Have you actually seen Zhongli in his Archon form? Because he has his six-pack on display. And as I said, in order to do that, I need to get in shape. I will do it. Because I don't want to cosplay as regular Zhongli, that's not as fun. I want to, like, because I found the outfit. I can get it. But I need to get in shape first. So that's gonna take some time.
I really trust Jean. Oh, I nearly forgot. Charles the bartender said he's been having some trouble too.
Because, like, let me show you. If you've never seen Zhongli as Archon, let me show you. Because this is a cosplay that I wanted to do. Where is it? Because I actually found the outfit. And it's skin tight. That's why you need to be in shape. Because, like, if you look at the actual picture, Zhongli has, like, his abs in full glory. Where would it be? This. Found it. I'll drop the link in chat. So I basically found this. But I didn't find the actual, like, the upper garment. So the bottom part of it actually comes off. And you can actually display, like, your abs and everything. And you know me. If I'm gonna do Zhongli's cosplay, I'm gonna do it right. Because we all know that Zhongli deserves the glory there. I actually wanted to buy this as well, but this is basically how it kind of looked like. I can't find the actual cosplay of it where I found it before. I think it's on my phone saved somewhere, but basically take a peek at that, and I want to do that. I will grow my hair and everything. I will do it. That's kind of what he looks like. And I found the entire cosplay, as I said. And I will get it. But I just don't want to do Zhongli injustice, you know?
Fine. In for a penny, in for a pound is the Paimon way. But this is really stretching the definition of on the way, in my opinion.
Because, guys, as I said, Zhongli deserves only the best, and I'm not gonna half-ass it. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it right. Give me like a few months, I'll knuckle down and go to gym yet again. I need a couple months at least to get back in shape, because I don't think it's gonna take that long, since I haven't been like super slacking off. I still have been like exercising every now and again, but I don't have my six-pack back. Like, that's one thing that I need to get back. I still have, like, the bicep and everything. It's just six-pack is gone. Because if you guys know, if some of you ever had six-pack, that thing is more fickle than than Zhongli's preference in wine. Because as soon as you stop working out, it's just gone. It never appears. As soon as you start working out again, it comes back. But as soon as you stop, even if you stop for like a week, it kind of starts to fade away. And honestly, that's a shame. The thing is, I never did cosplay before, but I always wanted to. I just never found the character that I wanted to cosplay. Because before I started playing Genshin, I always thought about cosplaying Aizen from Bleach, because he used to be my favorite character in anime. He probably still is. But then Zhongli appeared, and I was like, I kind of look like him, and I kind of like him. So I was like, interesting. So yeah, that's why I kind of decided to do it. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do the reputation quest. We probably can do it later. Let's continue with Jinx quests. Go a little bit distracted.
What do you think this is, kiddo? A fruit juice store?
All right, let's see.
How rude, especially since we're here to help.
Also, the thing is, I just like kind of resemble both Aizen and Zhongli, and that's the only reason why I wanted to cosplay them. Because the thing is, I'm not confident in my cosplaying abilities to like cosplay characters that I don't look nothing like. Because I know some people that can do that, but that's not me. I need to actually kind of at least resemble the character. Because I don't want to put a lot of like ton of makeup and make it look fake. I kind of want to just it be natural in a sense as much as possible. Obviously, I still would need to like dress up and put like hair gel and everything, but I want to do it as natural as possibly can, just to make it look awesome. Because I saw some like crazy Genshin cosplay. Like I saw one of Ita, where the dude actually looks like Ita, and that's what I want to do. I want to actually resemble a character at least somewhat.
Help? Oh, yes. You're the acting grandmaster's new hotshot helper, aren't you?
That's one way of putting it, but...
Great. Tell Jean I need my quarterly tax return forms then.
Dainsleif is another awesome character. The thing is, I'm not blonde, so I can't do it, and I don't want to dye my hair for it. So, yeah, that's probably why. But I do have a narrator voice that I could use for Dainsleif. It's just, I kind of feel like Dainsleif is a little bit too elusive for me to do. Jean Lee is more my kind of character.
It's time to get Elzer on to doing the accounts again. I must say, though, the tax rate on alcohol in Mondstadt is pretty steep. Acting Grandmaster Jean personally goes over all the accounts. After all, the wine industry is Mondstadt's main source of income. Jean takes great pains to make sure no detail is overlooked.
I just kind of don't like the idea of dyeing my hair, because the problem with dyeing hair that I know of is as soon as you dye your hair, you need to maintain it. And I feel like I just wouldn't be able to, so I never dyed my hair. I kind of wanted to at one point when I was a teenager. I wanted to dye my hair into like silver color, just to see how it looks. And I never did it. Because at a time, I kind of wanted to look like Adel Toshira from Bleach. I know it sounds cringe, but that was kind of where my mindset was, because I was like, damn, that looks cool. I kind of go the same hairstyle. I can probably pull it off. And I was like, no. I kind of told myself out of it. I chickened out, if you will.
Paimon never knew that. Jean's job is even harder than it seems.
The acting Grandmaster's hard work indeed makes our lives a whole lot easier.
I mean, yeah, the thing is, if you are like doing cosplays on a regular basis, the amount of work you need to put into your body is insane. I just want to do once, because the thing is, I don't think I have enough patience and time, honestly, to just like work out. Because the thing is, in order to be like super buff as a guy, if you want it to be natural at least, which I do, I don't want to take protein stuff. I'm not about that. You need to work out a lot. And you need to eat a lot as well, which I don't. So, I just kind of want to, you know, just look decent.
We're certainly very lucky, but to put it bluntly, we just take it for granted that that's the norm now.
Oh, hi, hopefully you're doing okay. Or Marky, should I say? In case you still, you know, wanted to keep it low-key.
Wow. How do you sleep at night knowing how much pressure you put Jean under?
When you put it like that, I do feel quite ashamed. I suppose I should give her one on the house next time she's here. Although, I doubt the acting Grandmaster even has the time to spare for that.
Sounds like a poor excuse to deny Jean a free drink.
I'm pretty sure solving your issues with alcohol is not the best way to go about it. Well, you know what? Considering Jean is a workaholic, when you replace W with A, you kind of... it's kind of in the cards, really, when you think about it.
Come on, let's go and see Jean.
Hey, you two!
Margaret? What are you doing here?
My cat's gone missing. Have you seen it? No, not her. I imagine Diona's probably still in the tavern.
I was so we're gonna search for Diona for once. Just like pull her by the tail.
I mean, little Princey. Prince was just home, now he's gone.
The thing is, I have a theory. I feel like majority of VAs actually voice some of the NPCs. They just do it in a different way. Because I say that, I doubt Genshin actually hires VAs for extra characters. I think they just reuse the same VAs they have and just make them do a slightly different voice, or just put like a filter on top of it. I think that's my theory. Because I think that would be probably the most efficient way of going about it. Because you don't want to have like 100 different VAs for just side characters. I think that would be overkill. But maybe they do, I don't know. I just feel like that would be probably the easiest way for them to do it. Because when you think about it, when you have VA that you hire, you're probably not gonna just make them do one character, especially for a game that has like voice acting almost for every single main quest. With like variety of different side characters.
Did you seriously think Diona was a house cat?
I never played it, Angel. I was never the type of guy to play like Minecraft or Roblox. I kinda avoided that phase when I was a child. The thing is, I'm not super creative when it comes to like building stuff and just, you know, creation in general as a kid. Now I'm a little bit better at it, but as a child, the games that I played were RPGs. Because I like the sense of adventure. I like to, you know, immerse myself into the world of treasure hunting, like monster slaying, you know? And I was never one of those people that could just, you know, go into Minecraft maybe and just like build something awesome. I was never artistic enough for that type of stuff. But as the games themselves, I mean, I think they're fine. I think they allow people to be creative. Especially as children, which is probably cool. But yeah, never played it.
This is a bit worrying. What if Prince can't find his way home?
Yeah, as I say, Angel, no kind of my type of games, because as I said, I like action more than anything. And the thing is, my ADHD doesn't allow me to do the same thing for too long. Otherwise, I get bored extremely fast. So that's why I'm finicky about the games I play.
But we're on our way to an urgent meeting with Jean. Sorry.
Shooters? The thing is, I like the idea of shooters, but I haven't played enough of them. I always wanted to try Apex, but I never got like the chance to do so because I always put it off. The only shooters that I played before were Doom and I think Half-Life, if you count that as a shooter. I think it is, but depends. Also Dead Space. So that's kind of the three games that I play. I never played like Counter-Strike or Halo. Like the major shooters, I never really played them. But I don't mind the idea of shooters. I think it's fun. Overwatch is another one that I never played, but I always kind of felt like it would be fun. Maybe in the future I'll actually do a stream where I try like either Apex or Overwatch or one of the other games. Valorant maybe, like one of those shooty type games. Because I feel like I will probably enjoy it.
You're on the way to see Jean? What a coincidence.
Just because, as I said, my ADHD always makes my brain happy when a lot of stuff going on screen. So I'm surprised that I never played it, but I feel like it will be fun.
Paimon thought you were looking for a cat.
Yes, I wanted to see if Jean could help look for my cat.
I'd say go for it, dog. If anything, it's gonna be a massive confidence boost, because you're probably gonna feel amazing.
Seriously? You want Jean to help look for your cat?
God damn, guys. I didn't expect you to, you know, be so passionate about it. About Halo, but... I know it's a good game, I just never got the chance to play it. Because I never played on Xbox. never was like a console fan. My childhood started with God of War, because that's where I got my first game. So, a little bit of a side note. So, there was 9-year-old Lux. The first game, you might think would be something like, you know, like Minecraft, maybe like Spider-Man games, something like that. I know I talked about SpongeBob being my first game, but that's not actually true. Because I never consider those to be games. I consider those to be an experience. But my actual first like AAA title was God of War, the first one. And if you know anything about God of War, is that it's not a game for children. So there was 9-year-old Lux immersed into the bloodshed that Kratos was wreaking havoc upon Olympus. And if you know, there's a lot of 18+ scenes in God of War. So my first experience with fair kind was through God of War as a 9-year-old. And luckily my parents didn't know about it, because if they did, I probably would have got my ass beat for picking a game that has stuff like that. And at a time, I wasn't aware they had. I just saw its cool fights and everything, and I was like, I want that. So I started playing it. I went through it. And the amount of nudity the game has is astonishing. Because you wouldn't expect it. But it has a lot. And as awesome as it is, it's probably not a game for children. My game crashed for a second. I was about to tell you an epic story and everything. So before we go rudely interrupted, I was about to say that
Hey, you two.
majority of people, Genshin Sensei, I was gonna talk about something naughty, and it was like, no, not today, Lux, you're not allowed. You can't stop me, Genshin, nice try. So, as I was about to say, majority of people get their first experience of, you know what, with their parents telling them about birds and bees. But instead, the young Lux learned about bees and birds himself. And the learning was eventful. The stuff I saw was life-changing. Because the Lux never was the same. The 9-year-old Lux got enlightened that day. As I always say, my third eye, it opened that day. And the life, never been better since. Well, yeah.
Margaret? What are you doing here?
Oh, hey, Jeff, by the way.
My cat's gone missing. Have you seen it?
I don't think I have a deep enough voice for that, dog. Plus, I'm not like 3 feet... I'm not like 8 feet tall. Which I'm pretty sure Abith Herald is like 3 meters tall. I could probably find a costume for it. But I would probably need to like... either get like one of those, you know, voice changer things that some people use for their cosplays. And just like put in a mask. But I just feel like it's gonna be incredibly hot in it. Since I would need to like wear it. A lot, probably. And I just don't feel like it. I kind of want just cosplays that actually feel nice. I always kind of didn't understand how people could cosplay like Gundams or Transformers or anything that involves like armor. Like I saw some people cosplay like Berserk, like Guts in his you know, the dark armor, or Goblin Slayer in like his full attire as well. And I'm like, how do you actually function in it? Because if you never wore an armor, that thing is hot. It like balls you from the inside. Because I went to like one of those, you know, medieval fairs as a kid, and I tried wearing a suit of armor. And I wore it for like an hour, And by the end of it, I felt like I was dying. Both from exhaustion and from the heat. So yeah, I don't think I would do that.
This is a bit worrying. What if Prince can't find his way home?
Oh, hey, Tagle. Hopefully you're doing okay. My reaction, I'm pretty sure, was just like pure shock and silence. Because I remember nobody ever told me about the naughty stuff, you know, before then. And I was like, I wonder what those two adults doing. That was my first reaction. And I remember, I didn't want to ask my parents. So what I did is the worst possible choice you can make as a child. I went to Google. And I Googled that scene where Kratos is, you know, having fun. And I made a mistake of reading the comments of people that were like discussing it. And I remember learning things. And it horrified me. It scarred me for life, honestly, the stuff that I read as a 9-year-old. And it gave me a lesson of a lifetime. And that lesson is to never read comments on anything. Just avoid them like a plague that they are. And just, you know, just move on with your life from there. But yeah, my parents never gave me birds and bees talk because I'm pretty sure my parents saw the Google history that I didn't delete at the time. I'm pretty sure they knew about it, they just never told me. Because I think my dad especially, he saw that. And I think he never told my mom. I think he was like, he was trying to, I think I vividly remember him like coming into my room and asking if everything was okay on the day when I Googled that. And at a time I didn't realize why he would say that, because I didn't give any like negative vibes or anything like that, but I think he looked at the browsing history and was like, I probably should talk to him. But he didn't say anything. He was like, are you okay? Is everything good? Do you want to talk about anything? And I was like, no, I'm okay, Dad, thank you. I think he brought me like hot chocolate and everything. I was like, okay, that's a little bit strange, but I'll take it. But yeah, my dad was like super chill about it. I think I remember when I was like 15, he was like, I'm pretty sure you know all this stuff. Like, your mom told me to talk to you, but I'm pretty sure you know. I think you get it. And I was like, yeah, Dad, I'm all good. So yeah. I probably should confront my dad and just ask him, like, did you know? Did you see that? He probably will never admit it. But yeah.
But we're on our way to an urgent meeting with Jean. Sorry.
You're on the way to see Jean? What a coincidence.
Yeah, like, my dad is probably the chillest guy ever. Because, like, he was the kind of dude that would never raise his voice. The way he disciplined me, he would just, like, sit me down and, like, just have a casual chat with me. Whenever I would mess up, whenever I would, like, be a little bit naughty, you know, he would just, like, sit me down and basically explain why what I did was wrong. And I felt like that's the best way to teach a kid something, because I personally don't believe in shouting in general. I feel like shouting is just like, it's not going to resolve anything. If anything, it's just going to make the people that you're shouting at probably hate you. And my dad was super smart about it, because he never raised a single time voice at me. No single time. My mom, on the other hand, she never raised a voice, but she gave me death stares. That's what my mom was famous for. She, like, whenever I would, like, act up, in public especially, she would just look at me. And I would expectedly be, like, horrified. Because she never did anything. But I was just scared of the idea what she would do if I continued to do the stuff that I was doing at the time. Because I remember one time, I think we were at like supermarket, right? I think I was like 7 at a time. And I wanted something, some treat or whatever. And I was like, kept bothering my mother. And she got annoyed at me. And she just didn't say anything. She just stared at me for like good 20 seconds. And I remember just me being a little child that I was like, I'm sorry. Because like, at that point, I felt like adults could just overpower me. Because like, especially my parents, I was like super horrified of messing up in front of them. And just like, getting the punishment. Because my friends told me horror stories of their parents like, you know, beating their ass in like the parent way. Like their dads like giving them the belt and everything. I was like, well, I don't want that to happen to me. That sounds like a bad time. So I was always trying to be like the best possible child ever. So if anything, the fear is what made me a child that I was. It's the idea of, you know, the punishment. It's not the punishment itself. Because the punishment itself is not as scary. It's the idea of getting that punishment. So yeah, with the power of fear, the Lux turned to be a good child. And my mother is probably 50% of that because, goddamn, that look, she still gives it to me even nowadays. And I still get, like, the flashbacks. It doesn't work on me as bad, but just something about it still brings up, like, the memories of me being a kid. And I still, like, kind of flinch for a second, you know? Because she does it to mess with me, you know? She doesn't do it because I don't mess up. I'm an adult, okay? Like, my mom is not, like, teaching me life lessons nowadays. But, you know, every single time I visit them, whenever I would, like, do something, and she doesn't particularly like it, like, whenever I would, like, accidentally swear or something in front of her, she would just look at me. And I was like, come on, Mom, don't do that. I'll be good. But yeah, as I said, my parents are super awesome, but their parenting methods was half questionable or half cool. But I wouldn't trade them for the world. So yeah.
Paimon thought you were looking for a cat.
As I said, my parents were super casual about it. I think it's because my parents were like young themselves. So they never like... Because my parents had me when they were in their like mid-20s. So by the time I go to like teenage years, they were only in like their 30s. So they didn't go through like a period where they become grumpy old people. They were still like cool hip parents. And I think that's probably why. Because like my parents by nature are not like violent or aggressive. They're like super chill and super nice people. But yeah, I never got any like physical punishment or even verbal punishment really. As I said, it was always the idea of the punishment that horrified me, not the actual punishment. Because the worst my parents ever did to me is they took away my phone from me as a punishment. My mother did. She was like, I think I didn't get a good grade on one of my exams at a time. I think it was like for English or something. I think I got like a C or a B. And she was like, you didn't study hard enough, didn't you? And she knew that I didn't, because I think on the night before I was playing video games and she knew about it. And she was like, she didn't say anything, but in the morning she was like, you better do well on your exam. I hope you studied. And I was like, yes, mother, I did. And lo and behold, I got like a C or a low B, and I was like, well, I guess it's punishment time. And yeah, she took my phone away for like a week, and she was like, you better study for the next time, or we'll do this again. And I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, that's kind of the punishments I go, pretty much. Just take away my games. Which for a child is pretty horrifying, honestly, because if you don't have your games, what are you gonna do? Read a book? No. Why would you?
Yes, I wanted to see if Jean could help look for my cat.
I'll have to ask them. Liz, probably. They'd probably be fine with it. I mean, I think nowadays they're kind of just chilling by themselves. Like, my dad is still working, and I think so is my mom, but like, they kind of just travel nowadays. They don't really like bother too much, because I think they always wanted to have like a life where they don't really have any responsibilities. I was more of like, how should I put it? In the wise words of Bob Ross, I was a happy accident, because my parents didn't really expect a child. At least not that early. I remember them telling me about it. They were like, well, you see, your mom and I, we kind of like had a little bit of fun, and, you know, you appeared. I think it was like right after they got married, they were like, you know, just having fun, and, you know, I appeared. As a magic that was, you know, Lux emerged as a glorious gladiator that you see before you. Because I remember my parents telling me that I was like super strong as a child. I remember them telling me that like I broke my crib like twice as a kid. And apparently they told me like, you were like a little Hercules when you were a child. You were like breaking stuff constantly. And we were like worried about you, honestly, because we thought you would like turn into a monster more than anything, like a Hulk. So we kind of tried to tame you a little bit with like toys and everything. But yeah, that was good memories, good memories. But yeah, apparently I was born with the godly powers of anime already imbued within me. This is the strong man that I was ever since I was born on this mortal plane.
Seriously? You want Jean to help look for your cat?
What's wrong with that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's all kids. Like, when was the last time you saw a tame kid? They would like not break anything or like not cry. I'm pretty sure all kids are like that. We're just born being annoying. And nothing you can really do about it.
Jean's a really nice person.
I mean, Angel, we one of the same really when you think about it. Like, I want to see a kid that like from the moment they were born, like always good. Because I don't think those exist. They're like a myth. I'm pretty sure every single adult as a child was a menace to society and everyone around them. Because that's just how kids are, you know? We've all been there.
Please mention it to Jean from me. I'll treat you to a brew at Cat's Tail later.
Hey! Hey!
Angel, you bankrupted your parents on cops single-handedly. How could you? Your poor parents. Oh, hey there, Eve. Hopefully you're doing okay.
Unbelievable! Guess the case of Prince the Missing Cat is now added to the agenda for our meeting with Jean.
I'm like, I don't know, something about, I guess, my upbringing. I never get mad either. Like, I don't know why, but like, I rarely get like upset, genuinely upset. It's like super, super rare for me. I get fake upset a lot for entertainment purposes. Of like, just making a joke. But I never actually get mad. And I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, because like, at certain points, like, I remember one time, as a kid, when I was like, maybe 12, some kid, not broke, but like, dropped my pack of Yu-Gi-Oh cards that I was, like, proud of, into like a fountain of water. And I remember inside, I felt like I was gonna murder him. But for some reason on the outside, I was super calm about it. And honestly, at the end of the day, I realized it wasn't that big of a deal because all of the cards were like in the sleeves, you know, those plastic sleeves, so they didn't get damaged. But just the thought of somebody breaking something so precious to me, because I remember spending months collecting those cards and like painstakingly like putting hard care into them, because I thought they got ruined completely. I thought they were like damaged and I couldn't use them again, and I was honestly ready to murder the kid that did it. But somehow something within me was like, just stay calm, just don't do anything. And I didn't, and I never go into a fight either. And I just don't know, maybe I'm defective in that sense, but like, I have super hard time getting angry. Like, legit angry.
Acting Grandmaster?
Oh, hey, Savik. Absolutely no worries. I hope you have a safe trip.
Oh, Master Jean?
Oh, it's our honorary night. Sorry, I must have been daydreaming.
Eve, 5 foot of glory. That's how you should see it, you know? Every single inch is like, you know, just a bonus, if you will. You shouldn't be concerned about your height. If anything, you should embrace it and be proud of it. Because at the end of the day, at least you don't need to bump your head on the doors, and you know, you don't need to worry about getting a clothes fitted for giants like some people. It's, as I said, height is all about benefits and drawbacks. And every single height has its benefits and drawbacks. Some more than others.
How can I assist?
To be fair, 2 meters is fairly tall, but at the end of the day, Angel, you might become the next Shaq, and that's something to, you know, be excited about. Because you never know. You might end up a new, you know, commercial star of them all. As we all know, Shaq is like the commercials king, and you might replace him in the future. You never know.
Actually, it's not us who need your help. It's a bunch of other people.
I see. Well, thank you for your service to the people of Mondstadt.
That's a good attitude right there, Angel. That's what it's all about. It's about, you know, finding the positives and everything.
I have made a note of these commissions in my files, and I will make arrangements.
I like how we started talking about height like it's the most important thing in the world, when in reality, it's just whatever. As long as you know like 2 feet tall, I think any height is acceptable. Do we have some no's in chat? Because if so, I'm deeply sorry. I would like to apologize.
Accordingly.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Jean is like sick 24/7 because she probably doesn't sleep, which is relatable. I'm probably like Jean because my sleep schedule is as bad as hers, if no worse.
Great! We didn't miss out on anyone's commissions, did we?
Like, no joke.
Billy Churls, Charles' tax return, Margaret's cat. Seems that's everything.
Like, no joke, one time
We'll be on our way then, Jean.
I fell asleep on
You okay?
I fell asleep in a bathtub while I was taking like a bath. And I remember waking up like 5 hours after, being confused of where I was and what I was doing. And I remember coming out of the bath looking like a goddamn newborn puppy. Like my skin was just like wrinkly all over. I never felt like a 70-year-old man more than that point. Probably for at least another hour, Eve. I usually don't really have like a specific ending time. Usually it's like whenever is a good time to end, really. Whenever like we either done with a objective, which in this case is a Jean's story, or when we like, you know, feel like it's a good time to end. That's pretty much how I go about it. The only thing that is concrete is when we start. Everything else is up to chance and the mood, really.
It's just burnout from work stress. She'll be fine after a good old rest.
Liz, I don't think you want to. It's not something to be proud of. I don't think anyone should do that. Because if anything, it's embarrassing. Because, you know, I could have been one of those people that just, like, accidentally drowned in a bathtub by sleeping. And that would have been an embarrassing way to go out.
Thanks for
You don't want that.
She may have tried to keep soldiering on otherwise.
Angel, that's probably a good idea, honestly.
It's not a surprise, though. She does have a lot to get through every day.
Poor Jean. She's always been one to push herself too hard while overlooking her own needs.
I see, Doc, so you were a little dangerous thrill seeker, if you will. I mean, to be fair, that's probably not that bad. I mean, as long as you didn't throw it at someone, I think throwing it at the floor was fine. Because as a kid, I was fascinated by flames. I wasn't a pyromaniac, but I remember as a child, whenever we like would go into wilderness with my parents on like a camping trip or whatever, I would always play with matches for some reason. I would always like just light them up and watch them burn. And I was always like watching Campfire, and I could have been the predecessor to Klee, really, when you think about it. But somehow I grew out of it. So yeah.
This isn't the first time something like this has happened. Anyway, you're an honorary knight, aren't you? While the master is down, the knights should share her burden, no?
That's a very good point, but shouldn't one of the fully qualified knights do that?
When it comes to 50-50s, I usually win them, but not always. So my luck, I'd say, is like 70-30. 70 being wins and 30 being losses. But you know what? Those 30% losses is what really hits me, because whenever you see Chi-Chi appear on your screen, it doesn't matter how many times you won it 50-50, it still hurts. It still feels horrible. So it's all about, you know, ups and downs, really. And when you never lost 50-50, the first time you see Chi-Chi is what's gonna hurt you. It's what's gonna hurt you the most. It's like emotional damage just piling up. And at certain points, as I said, when Chi-Chi shows up, you might explode. It's just how it is.
Jean has so much to do. An extra pair of hands can't hurt. You should go and check in at the headquarters. Jean will be fine with just me here.
Paimon feels like she's trying to get rid of us.
I mean, for me, it's Kaching. Because as some of you guys may know, that creature haunts my dreams and nightmares at the same time. She shows up every time, no matter how hard I try to avoid her. If you know, I lost every single 50-50 on Kazuha's banner to Keqing 3 times in a row. Think about that. 3 times in a row. I got C2 Kazuha, but no, C1 Kazuha actually. And I lost 3 50-50 to get there. So yeah, I hate her with a passion. And I never want to see her again.
Why is that?
Not on this account. On my other account, I have C1 Kazuha with his signature weapon. And I saved up, I think I remember 60k Primo Gems plus how many fates I had to get C2 Kazuha with his signature weapon. And I didn't do that because I lost every single 50-50 on the weapon. And I lost every single 50-50 on the character banner. And honestly, that's what made me quit the account. I'm not even capping. That was a single sole reason why I quit the account. And that account was actually lucky before that. Because I got Zhongli in my first 10 pull. I got Diluc in my second 10 pull. I got Wolf's Gravestone on my first 10 pull of standard banner. I got, I think, Keqing on the next 30 pulls in the standard banner. And I think I got Chi-Chi on the right, like, next 10 pull. So that account was, like, pretty lucky. And I think I had, like, C2 Bennett and C2 Xingqiu at the same time from just, like, pulling stuff randomly. And besides that, I never pulled on, like, you know, banners that are limited. All pulls I did was from standard banner. But there came a time when I had to wish on the actual banner that mattered. And it screwed me over so goddamn hard that I just felt depressed for like a good month afterwards. Because I spent like half a year not spending a single Prima Gem on anything and just saving up. And it just screwed me over. So yeah, that's a life lesson for you there, guys. If you think your luck is good, remember, when the luck goes down, it goes down hard. So, remember, if you're not losing 50-50s, expect a disaster at some point. Just be prepared. A word of warning for you all.
Nothing. We'll leave you to it. Come on, let's go.
Oh, I can show you the account, guys. You know the account. You saw it before. It's the account where my Zhongli is at. That account is cursed. And the thing is, that Kazuha is still level 1. Is this account. If you take a peek, you might see something interesting. So you see this handsome gentleman, right? On this account, I have level 1 Ganyu and level 1 C1 signature weapon Kazuha. Ready to go. I never used it. I never used them once. And the reason for that is because I refuse. I refuse to go back to the account. No matter what. I only go there to gaze upon my Zhongli. And that's the only reason. I never want to play on it, actually. Because I feel like it's cursed.
Oh, it's Kaya.
As I said, I was really wanting my Kazuha to be C2 because I wanted that, you know, cool effect of his C2, but I never got it, and that was sad. I almost considered wailing at that point because I was so sad about it, but I was like, no, I won't do it. I won't cave in. I'll remain strong, and that's how I got this account, and that's why we're still here.
I've been waiting for you. I have been informed about Jean falling ill. On behalf of all of the Knights of Favonius, allow me to express my sincere gratitude for your assistance.
So courteous and polite. This isn't the Kaya Paimon knows.
The account wasn't actually free to play. I bought Welkin Moon and Battle Pass every single month. So technically, it wasn't free to play, but it felt still horrible. Because I'd say maybe like 15% of that was not free to play, but every single other Primogen was free to play. And that felt bad. Because I 100%ed every single map that was available at the time. I had 100% exploration, everything up to Chasm. I done absolutely every single quest. I did majority of the achievements that you can get. As you saw, 566. At a time, it was almost all of them. I think the only ones that I didn't do were Teapot ones. And I still lost everything. And it felt like I was punched in the face by Genshin for my dedication that I showed to it. And I don't want to experience that again. That's why I'm a casual now. But yeah. That's a sad story for you right there. Be warned. Do not have high expectations, because Genshin might give you some luck, but at the end of the day, Genshin can also take you all away and put you on your knees and make you realize that maybe you are not the chosen one, as you thought you were when you got there Zhongli at the first temple. Truly saddening stuff.
Well, the circumstances warrant it. This is the acting Grand Master herself we're talking about. Now, in addition to that thank you message, there was one other thing. It's like you read my mind. We have quite a connection, don't you think?
Things like helping to fill in for Jean?
Right. Although the commissions you reported to Jean have already been handed off to someone else,
it is what it's all about, Liz. I mean, at the end of the day, I got over it. But you know what? Some people might not. Some people might not have a stronger will as me. Some people might get, emotionally damaged for life by a situation like that. And I'm just here as a warning to you all to, do not set your expectations too high. Set them high, but not too high, okay? Have high expectations, but not have them reach the sky. Because you know what? Sky is the limit, but at the same time, sky is almost a ceiling when you think about it. Because as soon as you reach the sky, there's no way but up. But at the same time, there's always a way down. And the way down is going to be harsher than anything. Take that for what you will.
I am concerned that they will not be handled with due care without Jean's personal touch. So I am hoping that you can help out where you see fit. I will feel much more at ease knowing that the honorary knight is personally overseeing these cases.
You can flatter us all you want, but answer me this. Why don't you do it?
Oh, I have far more important matters to attend to. There are so many things to prepare.
Fine then. So it's Sarah, Charles, and Margaret's stuff you want us to help with, right?
Those are the ones. I appreciate the help. See.
Alright, Kaya's lines just cut out. You're not gonna even finish your words, Kaya. I see how it is. You sneaky snake, alright. You're just gonna dump your troubles onto us and walk away? With those tight jeans of yours? Unbelievable. Alright, let's go do some chores, I guess. Oh, it's fine, Angel. Absolutely no worries. I do expect majority of people just to chill, you know?
Lisa, are you here about the tax return?
I mean, the thing is, at the end of the day, Zhongli is not just a character. It's our spiritual guide that guides us within this life and mortal plane of ours. Because who else will provide us the guiding light of greatness that Zhongli embodies? Because who else are we gonna strive to be as awesome towards, you know? Who else are we gonna aspire to be like besides Zhongli? Because Zhongli is a perfect man, without a single flaw. And we might never become Zhongli, but we always could try. And that's what life is all about. Reaching the stars, or at least trying to.
Oh, hello, darling. You're quite right. After I heard about poor Jean, I thought I might lend a hand with some of her more literary duties.
Cool! Well, if we're no longer needed here, we'll be on our way.
Wait a moment. Actually, Charles here was wondering...
Please, allow me, ma'am.
I mean, that's why I pull some chill music on. I do expect majority of people to, you know, just, you know, zone out. Put me maybe on like second screen and just, you know, have fun with it.
I just took a rather important order. But unfortunately, we've run completely dry, and the delivery from the winery is behind schedule.
Undertale? I never played it, but I did listen to Megalofania? Not sure, the Sans soundtrack. There's, you know, the cool skeleton guy. I do like that one. That one's pretty cool. But yeah, I never played Undertale. I always heard the good things about it, it's just... I never, like, felt like playing it, I guess. I might do one day, but it's pretty cool. I mean, I think I watched a little bit of the gameplay, and it seems fun.
If it's not too much trouble, could you go and do something about this logistical nuisance?
What's so urgent about this order?
That is honestly a pretty cool gift, Liz. Your sister did you right. Your sister is a real one.
It came in at the last minute. Literally just a few seconds ago.
Exactly. Hence the urgency.
You gotta try Dawn Winery's Dandelion wine.
Ooh, Annis, why are you so far? Alex, maybe you should consider, you know, giving them a life lesson. To, you know, explain to them why they are incorrect about their views. You know, just like, you know, politely say to them that they might be wrong. If you need to tie them up and make them forcefully watch Zhongli's, you know, trailer until they appreciate his greatness, it's just something you gotta do, you know? Sometimes some people only understand, you know, harsher methods. And it's, you know, it's perfectly understandable if you need to do that. I'm not gonna blame you. I'm not telling you to do it. But, you know, it's definitely an option that you can consider.
So this is where Charles's delivery disappeared to.
Oh, hey there, Kikuchi. I'm glad you can join us.
Have you come to rescue me? I've been waiting long enough.
Well, to be fair, you don't want to overload on tea. Because you know, some tea is pretty strong. You don't want your tea overload to happen too quickly. You gotta just, you know, some people have unfortunately low tea tolerance. I know it is a shocking thing to learn, but some people can only handle 1 tea a day. And it's honestly okay. You know, you get there. You build up the tolerance when you can drink like 20 cups of tea a day and don't feel a thing. But it takes time, dedication, and more importantly, patience, as well as will to do it. We all get there one day, one way or another.
In all the time I've been working at the winery, this is the first time I've been robbed by hilly churls.
Oh, you don't want to go there. I mean, one day I drank like 30 cups of tea, and honestly, I felt like I was ascending. In more ways than one. Both into hell and into heaven at the same time. And honestly, that's a feeling unlike any other, but I do not recommend it to anyone. Because you might not come back. I did, but that's only because my will is as strong as my dedication towards Zhongli. And not everyone can possess that. So, be careful.
If you'd taken any longer, I don't know what I would have done.
Fear not! My friend here is a hilly churl exterminator extraordinaire!
Just as well. Then please escort this transporter to the end of the road.
I mean, Charles is, as we all know, a bartender, which means that he got everyone figured out already. He's like the one that sells the info to everyone. And that's why he gives us like miscellaneous tasks to complete. To prove our usefulness, to unlock secret quests that only he can give. It's gonna be like a secret date with Dilek that we're gonna get out our reward. And honestly, it's pretty exciting.
And be careful with it. Just beating up the hilly churls is not the aim here.
Oh, hey KP, hopefully you're doing okay.
Attack because I certainly don't have the Mora to replace them. I'll be waiting up ahead.
I mean, you joking about that, Keiguchi, but you know what? You're probably correct. I'm pretty sure if you are staying in Britain, you probably become at least 50% tea by default. Just the entire atmosphere is like, how can you avoid it?
Be still.
If I could have tea leaves just directly transport inside my body and my will, and you know, like just make tea inside of me, I would. But unfortunately, the life is not that easy. You gotta make your tea and then ingest it, which is honestly just gives you less time to drink tea. But sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. I need to get one of those IV and just fill it up with like green tea, and just drink it that way. Just like have actual green tea fused inside my body and have it run through my veins. That's how you know. That's how you know I truly become one with the tea. You know how the expression become one with a sword? I'm gonna become one with the tea and gonna become the ultimate tea master of them all.
Cascade.
I actually think that like tea ice cream is a thing. Because I'm pretty sure when I was in Japan, they had green tea ice cream. Which I didn't try, but that doesn't sound bad, surprisingly. I don't think it's good, probably, because I don't know about tea flavored anything except tea, but it might be good. I mean, if anything, if you want tea ice cream, just get a mold for popsicles and just put tea inside of it. And put it in the freezer. The result might be bad, but you know what? At least you give it a try. Oh, no worries, Angel. Have a good one. I hope you rest well and have sweet dreams of our Lord and Savior Zhongli tonight. Sure, go on.
Erase all threats.
Be still.
Depends. Because sometimes I end my streams and I don't really wait for people to say bye. I'm just like, alright, I'ma head out. But you know what? Sometimes I do, you know? It kind of depends. It depends if you want to be polite, Angel. Because at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, give and take. And if you respect somebody, then you probably want to wait for them to, you know, say bye. But if you don't, then you probably just say, you know, peace out, and you head out. So, yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. By the end of the day, if you don't say bye, you know, it's kind of like a cool protagonist exit. You know, mysterious, if anything. Because at the end of the day, you just like a misdirection type situation. Because you keep them wondering, you know? Is Angel still alive? Is he out there? They will never know. They will never know. And that's kind of an intriguing factor that some people enjoy, you know?
I'll put in a good word for you with the gentleman at the winery.
Yours is the cat that went missing.
I mean, just like you don't look back at explosions, you don't say bye while walking away. It might be a little bit rude by the end of the day. You know what? If that's what it takes to be like the cool protagonist, that's what you gotta do. Oh, hey, Mikami. Hopefully you're doing okay. My Spanish knowledge? Pretty lacking. So, go easy on me.
Me here to help you? Why, on the contrary.
I do know hola, but that's kind of how where my Spanish ends. Unfortunately, been slacking off in school when my Spanish classes were on, so all the knowledge went out the window as soon as I left the school, so yeah.
Prince is the name of the feline fiend who thieved my spare astral iron strings. Though it gladdens my heart to see that the free-spirited ethos of Mondstadt is alive.
Alright, Liz is going off. It's Spanish hour, I guess.
It's a bit audacious.
I'll just be like a silent, you know, observer for now. I'll let you guys, you know. Liz is a Spanish speaker, if you will. Since she is from, you know, a land far west known as Mexico. So, she's probably the only one qualified to, you know, actually speak here when it comes to Spanish.
Prince is a mischievous little rascal, all right.
Kakaguchi, I couldn't agree more. I'm pretty sure I didn't even retain half of the information I learned in school. If anything, I would be surprised if I still remember like long division, if anything. Probably couldn't even like do basic multiplication at this point. But I could tell you about theory of relativity, goddammit. So it's all about, you know, give and take. Some you gain, sometimes you lose. And that's what it's all about. In my case, I lost everything when I went out those doors. No single thing retained in the nog of mine.
Indeed. Just like Barbados.
Also, hola? I see, Liz. You see, I learn something new every day.
Quite. Now, let's see about getting ourselves an audience with His Little Highness Prince Rascal of Mondstadt.
That is the best number to have existed. You know the number, KP. You know it. It's a mysterious number that everyone associates with an act. You know? So I'll leave it at that.
I have a performance tonight, and without my spare strings, I shall have to disappoint my audience.
What would a kitty cat want with lyre strings anyway?
Everyone knows cats go crazy for a ball of string.
What?
These lyre strings are made of astral iron, which contains animo energy. That makes them extremely durable, so I normally just roll them up in a ball to make them easier to carry.
Honestly, I don't mind, Liz. I mean, Spanish is a cool language. I tried to learn it from my father before, because he knows Spanish and French. But the thing is, I was slacking off on my studies. So yeah, I tried to, but failed in the end.
That's a trick of the trade from a traveling bard.
Honestly, I'd assume Lo siento means how are you? Maybe? I would presume? No? Probably not. Liz, don't put me on the spot. My 8th grade Spanish teacher would be so mad at me right now.
The strings contain animo energy? That'll help us. It's time for you to use your elemental sight again.
That is true, KP. That is true. I mean, Venti just casually throws in terms that you never heard of, and he's like, yeah. Basically, you see this metal that you probably never heard of or never seen in your life? It's the strongest metal you ever experienced. And it's something that can defeat gods. Anyway, let's move on. It's how kind of Venti rocks, you know? That's what you get when you become as free as the wind. You just start to think about objects as mere objects. You don't put too much value behind them. That's what we should all aspire to be like. As free as the wind.
I'm unsure, there must be some elemental footprints or something.
Thank you all. Prince should be somewhere around the marketplace or the residential area. It's a black cat you're looking for.
You see, Liz, as I said, my 8th grade teacher is crying right now. I failed at Spanish, unfortunately. But you know what? Now I know. And that's what it's all about. Life is about learning new things. And today, I learned what I'm sorry means in Spanish. So, lo siento to you all for being so, uneducated, if you will. School times. Terrible times, yet good times at the same time. How many times I remember my Spanish exams. I scored a C in them, which is probably why I don't remember a thing.
Oh, take this fish. It's Little Prince's favorite food. Maybe it'll help you find him.
Alright, Teacher Liz, I mean, fair enough. I'll practice for the exams. I promise. I'm not gonna slack off. Well, you see, KP, it's all about, a little bit of building suspense, if you will. Because if we have the characters straight up, they probably wouldn't be as impactful as when they appear out of nowhere.
That black cat looks really familiar. Haven't we seen it in the Cat's Tail before?
Because when you think about it...
Yep, that's Prince, alright.
If you are only... This goddamn cat ran away.
Wow, Prince has very keen senses. It didn't take much to scare him off.
What I was about to say is if you saw Zhongli all the time, you probably would get immunity to him, you know? You probably wouldn't feel his greatness to the fullest. But when you see Zhongli, you know, once a day, it gives you that adrenaline rush that is needed to get you through your day. It makes the tough time seem less tough. And when every single time the effect dwindles because you see him 24/7, it's not as effectful and not as powerful. So you gotta, you know, stretch out the good times. And don't make them, you know, a common occurrence. Because every time you see Zhongli, it's like, yes, that's what I've been waiting for. That's what I've been going through the entire day thinking about this moment. And that's what it's all about, really.
See if you can approach him crouching from behind. That way your footsteps will be quieter. It must be difficult not being able to float. If you're anxious to find Prince, why not coax him to you with some fish? Kitty cats do love eating fish.
I mean, you say that. You say that, dog, but the thing is, I myself speak a language that probably not many even know. So, yeah, it's rough. I mean, one of the languages that I know is kind of useful, I guess, because Russian is a little bit more universally acknowledged, I guess, than Ukrainian. But when it comes to my home language, I'm like, who am I gonna speak it with? It's not useful at all. But you know what? The more languages you learn, the better you become, because you become more educated. And at the end of the day, at least you can flex on other people that you bilingual. And that's what it's all about. Anyway.
If you run out of fish, go grab some from the lake. Now back to it.
That is a fact, KP. That is a fact. That's what we all should live by. Let's see, where's this goddamn cat?
Prince should be somewhere around the marketplace. Remember, he's got black fur.
Margaret, you know, very helpful. Okay. Where would I be if I was a cat? Ooh, that's toughy, that's toughy. Well, I would probably look for milk or fish. Now, where would milk and fish be? There's a cat. Kind sir, would you tell me where Prince is? Very unhelpful, indeed. Okay, let's see. There's plenty of cats here, but not the right one. We're looking for a specific cat. The type of cat that would actually help us to figure out the location of Jean. That's what we're here for afterwards. Venti, how about you? Can you give me the clue? No. Venti, you goddamn useless. Let's see. If I was a cat, where would I go? I would probably climb the tallest building imaginable. So let's go on the roof and see if we can try our luck there. We gotta get to a high vantage point and just check out our surroundings. Just see what we're working with. Nothing useful, as expected. Now, I'm kinda lost already. Not gonna lie. He's on the ground. Well, you see, that's kinda a broad statement. Because the ground is pretty vast when you think about it. Kinda on the spot right now, and I don't like that feeling. Because every time something like this happens, I feel, how should I say it? Pretty dumb. And honestly, not something I knew right now. Prince, please, don't do me like that. Oh, is this him? Is this the one? No, Prince. There you go. Alright, we found him. Crisis averted, everyone. You can calm down. You can put your, you know, pitchforks down. We finally found him. So it's alright. No need for ride quite yet. Maybe later.
Prince! Where did you go running off to? Oh, thank goodness you're
Oh, hey Greg, sorry I missed you out a little bit. I was trying to find a cat, which arguably was very important, so I have a good reason.
We definitely had our work cut out for us looking for him.
Oh, Princey, how could you leave me like that?
Yeah, exactly, Greg. I'm glad we are on the same page. You and I, we get it, you know?
Looks like those two need some time to themselves.
I mean, you know, we finally found him, and that's all that matters, really. I was thinking of bringing out the, you know, heavy artillery. You know, one of those toys on a string? No cats can resist it. So I thought about bringing one of those, but you know what? We could avoid it.
And here
No need for heavy guns quite yet.
Fenty.
You found them! Wonderful! I was not optimistic they would turn up. I dare say that a private performance played using these very same strings would not be an excessive way to show my gratitude.
What?
Apologies. At this distance, my cat allergy seems to be rearing its head.
Oh, now Paimon gets why you didn't go looking for your strings by yourself?
Doc, are you leaving? Or are you just saying that? Because I got a little bit mixed up myself there.
Anyway, thanks for the help. I'll be going now.
I kind of like Hikaguchi's idea. Because no cats can resist catnip. We all know that. It's a weakness of theirs. Cats do be liking getting high every now and again.
Got it. I'll set off right away.
I never owned a cat, but I assume that's how you calm your cat down. You just throw them some catnip and be on your merry way. Oh, I see. Common misconception, Doc. It's alright.
Amber, are you here to help out with Jean's commission?
Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just getting ready. Who better than an outrider to mop up some hilly trails on the delivery route?
To be fair, Paimon just became like a white noise to me at this point. I just can't be angry at her anymore because there's only so much anger I can withstand before it just becomes redundant. So yeah.
Oh.
Sarah, what are you still stressing about? I'm an outrider, and I won't disappoint.
You misunderstand me. I don't doubt your abilities. I'm just overwhelmed at the number of orders piling up in front of me. Another bizarre order came in just now. It's like they're hosting a banquet or something.
I only play this game on streams, Greg, so I do feel that. This is the first time I played Genshin subsequently for like 4 days in a row. In a while.
Really? You don't mind helping? That would be wonderful! You really are the good hunter's guardian angel.
That's how I feel as well, Kaguchi. That's how it is, really. I mean, I'm pretty sure if you played this game for more than a year, there's only so much hatred you can experience to that flying creature. At a certain point, you just on an acceptance stage of grief, you know? It just all becomes one big, jumbled mess that you just have to live with.
Yeah, well, those hilly trails are going to be a handful, too.
Well, why don't you take this order? Start by getting the ingredients.
Are you sure he can be trusted? It might end up tasting a bit funky.
That is a good thing, Greg. I'm glad you gave a pump on. Oh, adios, Monkey. Sorry that I don't speak Spanish, but hopefully you still enjoyed yourself at least a little bit. I hope Liz kept you at least a little bit entertained.
We're well past the point of aiming for perfection. This is now a fight to save the Good Hunter's business.
A fight?
For this dish, we need 3 sweet flowers and 3 fowls.
That is a good comparison. It is indeed, because like Paimon is kind of acting like our guide, but at the same time, she's more annoying than any guide in existence. She's kind of like when you ask somebody for directions, but instead of them telling you where to go, they insist on personally guiding you there and telling you their life story along the way. It's like you just can't get rid of them. And that's how Paimon is. She's just, you know, stuck with us like a glue from the first encounter, and we just cannot get rid of her.
Okay, go and get ready. You too, Amber. I'll be waiting here.
Oh, yes,
okay.
right!
Oh, Alex, don't get me started on that one. I'm pretty sure Paimon... the amount of time Paimon just threw me off the cliff with the words, "Let's explore the area later," is uncountable. Every time she did it, my hatred towards her grew by the minute. So yeah, there's plenty of reasons to hate Paimon. There's plenty of reasons to love her as well. But those reasons are pretty much minuscule in comparison to the hatred that she brings to the table. Because no matter how many positives she gives us, there's only a negative to set it off. And it's kind of sad, but it is a fact that you can't really refute.
Have you brought me 3 sweet flowers and 3 fowls?
Indeed so. There you go, Sarah. As ordered.
Yep, that's everything.
I mean, if Klee was our tour guide, I'm pretty sure our journey would end as soon as it started. Because all we would do is just throw bombs in every single direction. Which honestly sounds like an awesome idea at first, but when you think about it, it's probably wouldn't last long before either she blows us up or she blows up something that will then drop down on us and squash us to death. So I'd rather have Paimon, honestly. As annoying as she is, at least she's not a threat of a cataclysmic scale as Klee is.
Now, order number 7 is for 1 sweet madame.
And so begins the story of us becoming basic kitten hands.
That is truly the case, Greg. The moment Klee learns the art of flying is the moment this planet's doomed. Because at that point, there's not going to be anywhere safe enough from Klee. Every single point you can escape to is within Klee's bomb's reach. And that's a horrifying thought. Sleep with one eye open tonight. In horrors. To await that moment when Klee finally awakens her true powers and grows the wings of doom.
You did say you'd help Good Hunter out. Be sure to serve it while it's hot. Any news on that sweet madame?
Indeed so. There you go.
1 sweet madame received. This smells absolutely divine. This is nothing less than what I would expect from a head chef, never mind a sous chef.
Imagine Klee as a main antagonist from Saw. Just like, Klee just shows up and randomly says, "Traveler, would you like to play a game?" And just like forces you to choose between which bomb would either explode or remain safe. And it's just like like the most dangerous game of find the ball under, you know, those little cups that some street peddlers use. It's gonna be the same thing but with bombs. And it's gonna be a bomb under one of them out of the 3 cups. And if you're unlucky enough to choose it, it just blows you up. A new game show, if anything. Klee's explosive hour, we're gonna call it. It is just like, the fatality rate is about 33%. But you know what? The ratings are high, so we're gonna keep going.
Since you cook so well, you might as well take this sticky honey roast next.
Sticky honey roast? I'm sure she's heard Amber and Kaya mention this one before.
That's right, a mainstay of the Good Hunter menu. It's my pride and joy. The knights order it almost every time they come here for a gathering.
Okay, P, you just reminded me of Scratch. I haven't thought about that in years. I still remember it from my high school days programming. Jesus. It's one of the things I haven't thought in a while. God damn. Ooh. Rough. Made me feel old, if anything.
Let me teach you the recipe for a sticky honey roast.
Wait, didn't you say it's your pride and joy? You're going to teach us how to make it? Just like that?
With your cooking skills, I don't think you will be doing a disservice to the Good Hunter brand. As soon as that sticky honey roast is ready, please bring it here.
Alright, Sarah, I just kind of feel like
Still waiting on one sticky honey roast. Have you got it?
you are the chef here, not me, so I'm not sure why I'm doing the cooking, but you know what? I'll do it. Alright, let's practice our... If Gordon Ramsay told me anything, you gotta put heart and passion into your cooking. And the result, as you can see, is something glorious.
I'm still waiting on one sticky honey roast.
There you go, Sarah.
This is... Wow! Did you really cook this? This is quite simply astonishing! You were born to be a head chef.
I remember when I needed to like make simple animations with Scratch for like my projects in school. Oh, it was good time. I even made some like simple games out of it. I remember I made like a platformer game where you like use Scratch to like catch coins and like jump over obstacles. So it was like the most cursed version of Mario you would ever expect. But you know what? I was still proud of it. I think I got an A on that project as well. My teacher was impressed.
Are we released from kitchen duty now?
I just used like flip assets from Unity to make like coins and just use some coin sounds and just made like Scratch, wear a hat and everything. And just, you know what? I just went from there.
Yes, thanks ever so much for your help. Amber should be able to take care of everything else. If you ever get tired of being an adventurer, there'll be a job waiting for you at Good Hunter if you want it.
Think we're finally finished with the commissions we were doing for Jean. A day in the life of Jean really is hard work.
Alex, if anything, it's quite impressive for you to order a plane ticket while using Scratch. I'm not sure how you manage that, but you know what? I applaud you. Because that's a dedication right there. Well, let's see what Jean is up to.
I have to stifle a smile every time I remember the look on my retainers' faces when I informed them of my plans today.
KP, you're not wrong.
But unable to muster
You're
the
not
courage
wrong.
to say anything in opposition. Yes.
Oh yeah, have a good one, dog.
Fine idea.
I hope you have a great night ahead of you. And if you have exams, as you usually do, I hope they go well. KP is perfectly fine. I'm glad you guys, you know, having a nice discussion, if anything. It's always a treat to see you guys, you know, entertaining yourself while I can just, you know, chime in every now and again and give my opinion on stuff. That's honestly how I prefer it, if anything, because then I don't have, you know, a pressure of entertaining you as much. I still try to, but you know what? If you entertain yourself, it's gives me a little bit of a rest for myself and gives my brain a little bit of a downtime.
We're back.
So it's a good thing.
Welcome back. You must be exhausted.
Oh, I see. No worries, Doug. Then have a good, you know, rest day. I hope you do something fun.
Jean has regained consciousness and should be back to her normal self soon enough.
That's great news. Let's go and see her.
But she just left the cathedral. I tried to tell her she needs more rest, but she wouldn't listen.
I remember my school banned almost every single website you can imagine that had to do anything with games or entertainment. And the way we bypassed it is, I don't know if it's still active, but back in the day, there was an unblocked website. Which basically what it did is you input your URLs inside the website and it unblocks it for you. And it did that for everything. Until I think one day they blocked their website. Which was like a bit of an ironic thing to do, but there was a time when, you know, it's all ended. But by the time I was already in like high school, so I didn't have to do that. Because I could just like bust out my phone and just, you know, play games on there. But when I was in middle school, that was a game changer. Because at that time, when, you know, smartphones weren't as prevalent, I had to, you know, make some moves, be smart about it. But yeah.
She tried to act like she was fine and kept saying she wanted to get some fresh air. I bet you she's gone to Lady Vanessa's place again.
I mean, Scratch is where it's at. Because at the end of the day, Scratch was the ultimate, you know, entertainment machine. Which allowed you to, you know, make your own fun. And be productive at the same time, which is what it's all about.
Where?
Oh, that huge tree at Windrise? That place is dedicated to Mondstadt's hero, Vanessa. Jean goes there whenever she feels lost and confused deep down inside.
Oh, Liz. Scratch is basically, think of it as a bunch of assets and like pre-made sequences of animations piled up into like a program where you would like build your own platformer. So there was this character called Scratch, which was like a cat, orange cat. And you basically would make him do like different animations and build it into almost like a game. And that was kind of what it was all about. People would make like simple games out of it. And a lot of school used it as a basic programming teaching tool. So yeah, if you never use Scratch, you're missing out. Because honestly, it was a lot of fun.
Barbara, that's some pretty personal stuff. How do you know so much about Jean's innermost thoughts?
Jean, mentioned it to me.
Yeah, basically, as Greg and KP said, it was coding for like beginners. Because it didn't involve actually any coding. It was just like click and drag type situation.
worried about too. But I still have work to do here. Don't worry, we'll take over nursing duty for now. Great. That puts my mind at rest. Maybe...
Yeah, nowadays it's probably not as cool as we make it sound to be, but like back in the day, it used to be a game changer for like middle schoolers, and even some people in high school, you know? Because that's what pretty much every single teacher used to distract annoying kids. They would just make them like make games for themselves. And honestly, it was kind of fun.
Lady Vanessa, I hope your watch over Mondstadt remains unclouded. I do not know if I, or the rest of the world, as you had hoped for, have become stronger.
I thought I was tripping out, but I'm pretty sure the subtitles and the actual voice lines were different.
Hi, Jean. Are you feeling better now?
Jean is bugging out. Need to fix her.
Much better. I was not expecting you to come here. Thank you for your concern.
Yes, we are. I decided to do it on a weekend because I presume more people will be free at that point. Because I don't want to like leave some of you guys out because you're busy. So I assumed it would be ideal, probably for everyone involved, to do it on a weekend.
Are you sure? We saw you beneath the tree just now, leaning on your sword. It looked like you were struggling.
And honestly, I still don't know which title we should do. Like, I thought we're gonna do Genshin one, but if you guys just want to read like random manga, you can just discuss it between yourself on Discord and whatever you decide. Like, if anything, you can just like find random manga. Like, Greg, if you wanna like just make anonymous channel, not channel, but like the message, I'm not gonna look at it. Just name it something Lux Keep Out, and that's where you guys can discuss like ideas that you want me to do for reading stuff. You can just like pick a title between yourselves. I'm not gonna keep a look, I'm gonna keep it like, you know, a secret. And you can just discuss between yourself what you want me to read. And I'll do it. As long as it's, you know, actually something fun. I'll voice act and everything. And we can do that. But if you guys want me to choose, that's perfectly fine as well. Whatever would be best for you. Because I just wanted to, you know, chill out. Have a bit of a culture stream, if you will. A little bit of educational even. And just chill together while reading something fun.
Are you sure you aren't pushing yourself too hard?
But yeah, if you want to choose it for me, I'm perfectly cool with that as well. Because if I choose it myself, it's probably not going to be as exciting for you guys, because I probably will choose something that I think is interesting, but it's probably not going to be anything, you know, spectacular. But if you guys choose it, you can literally do anything. And I'll be obliged, as I promised today, you can keep me to my word to read it. So whatever you prefer, really.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot to me. Hearing that boosts my spirits. But I must find a way to cope with minor setbacks like this on my own. Otherwise, how can I be the protector that Mondstadt needs me to be? The protector that Vanessa was.
You truly revere Vanessa, huh?
I do. Vanessa was the first Grandmaster, a kind yet formidable woman. I have always hoped to follow in her footsteps.
Goddamn Jean. Jean is like the ultimate... How should I put it? She's like the ultimate resemblance of loyalty and this organization at the same time, because like she's so loyal to her work that she just disregards everything else, and honestly it's kind of scary. Because I know some people like that in real life, and it's always like, do you care about anything other than work? Do you have hobbies? I know Jean has hobbies. I know Jean reads a lot of love stories. A little fun fact for you right there. And the reason why I know that is because I think I did a video at one point where I found like random facts about every single Genshin Impact character. And I think for Jean one, it was like she actually seeks love, if you can believe that. Because she reads a lot of love stories. She dreams about one day finding her own true love, which is right under her nose in the form of red, Dark Knight, if you will. The wine tycoon himself. Because let's face it, they're destined to be together.
As the Lion Fang Knight, she courageously overthrew the oppressive ruling aristocracy of her time. Then, she founded the Knights of Favonius and became known as the Dandelion Knight, spreading grace and compassion throughout the land.
Oh, Greg, absolutely no worries. I'm sorry to keep you here if you actually had, some important stuff tomorrow to go to bed for. Oh, no worries, Greg. You have a good one as well. Have a good rest.
Dandelion Knight? Isn't that your title?
Actually, all of the Knights of Favonius Masters throughout the ages have inherited the title of Dandelion Knight or Lion Fang Knight.
Oh, that makes sense now. You too want to be as gentle as the Dandelion Knight, and yet as fierce as the Lion Fang Knight.
Yes, I know it sounds like a huge honor, inheriting both these titles from Vanessa.
Honestly, high ambitions, Jean, but I do respect that.
But I see it more as a huge responsibility.
Of course you do. Good old Jean.
After all, it is a lot to live up to.
Paimon thinks so too.
Huh?
Jean?
Who's there?
Caught red-handed.
No, just no. Don't you dare do this to me, you goddamn red fluff ball. No dead jokes from you. I have enough already.
Finally, an opportunity comes to get rid of the Master in a moment of weakness. And then you two show up and ruin everything. How did they know about Jean's condition? Choosing this moment to strike is a low blow, even for this lot.
As long as my name is the Dandelion Knight, I swear I shall not be defeated by such despicable means.
Alex, are you for real? I hope you're joking. Because if that's actually something you had to learn, then it's honestly depressing. And I hope you don't take that seriously, because we haven't decided that was an actual good thing to teach people, is a psychopath. And you should never listen to stuff like that.
Since this opportunity has slipped away, I shall now be slipped.
Stop! After him!
Jean, you're still recovering.
Alright, Jean dying casually here.
No, I must go after him.
Jean, you can't keep doing this to yourself. Why can't you trust us to handle it?
I do trust you, but to let an enemy get away like this would be a major dereliction of duty.
Fine, but at least let us go with you.
Thank you for your understanding. I will graciously accept your help.
Alright, time to chase some of these mages. I honestly lost track of what we were even doing with this quest. Halfway through, I kind of blanked out completely. Alright, let's go see what it's all about. Well, if you put it like that, I guess it's not... Well, how should I put it? The thing is, at the end of the day, I feel like having a dream is important, especially when you are younger. Because if you don't have anything you aspire to be like, or anything you want to be like, it probably will limit your creativity, and will limit your passions in the future. But as long as you have a clear goal, and work towards that goal, I feel like even though competition may be fierce, you still have a chance of making it in the end. And at the end of the day, when you think about it, there's always going to be people who will try to put you down only because they didn't succeed at what they wanted to do. And you just gotta, take it on the chin and realize that, and just keep doing what you're doing. And one day, you probably will succeed. Because it's like with everything. As long as you put enough effort, chances are, you probably will make it in the end.
Ugh, darn him and his traps.
How badly are you hurt? Oh, one of my own being injured because of me is the last thing I would wish for.
I mean, it's always good to have a backup plan. That is a good thing. Because you don't want to just, blindly go through and, put all your chips in one place, if you will. Because, honestly, sometimes, one thing might not work out. And if you have multiple passions, you can always move towards the next thing and see if that works out for you better. Because, humans are prone to make mistakes, but at the end of the day, those mistakes are what makes you, more experienced and more wise in the end. And that what makes you, you. Because nobody is perfect and we all make mistakes. But it's what we do after those mistakes that matters. Because you either just stand up and keep moving forward, or you give up in the end. And giving up is not a good choice. Because the road might be tough, but there always a, brighter future at the end of it.
Let me handle this alone.
No, you are in no state to handle this alone. We're coming too.
Alex, I'd just say, as I said, just keep working towards your goal, and chances are you probably will succeed. Because there's no such thing as wasted effort. Every effort will be paid in full someday. It might not be soon, but at a certain point, as long as you put enough effort and you actually, have hunger for it, if you will, as I said, you probably will succeed. I can't guarantee it, but I'd say there's no such thing as wasted effort, as I said. Everything has a meaning, and as long as you strive towards something, you probably will make it.
Okay, but before we move out, at least let me heal everyone with my dandelion breeze.
Thanks. You're amazing.
Alright, time to play as Jean a little bit. The most fun thing that I like to do with Jean is this. Just throw people off the cliffs. It didn't work out that time, but that's the funnest way of dealing with enemies. Alright, looks like somebody has some anger issues. It's not that serious, come on.
Let's leave her a little.
Ooh, I think I missed the chest right there. Gotta go grab it real quick. Oh, right, I do remember that. There was a case. Yeah, there was a time, in case you guys don't know, when the artifacts were collectibles. So, you know how nowadays, as you can see, the loot just comes inside your possession straight away. But there was not always a case. And it still not is for, like, chests. At least of certain kind. But back in the day, from domains, all the artifacts you had to collect manually. And if you used somebody like Venti or Jean, you could have just pushed them off the cliff. And basically get rid of them. So yeah, some people did that. And it was not a good thing. Let's push them off. Get out of here. That's pretty fun.
Be still.
Illusion shot. Make yourselves at home.
Well, Alex, you see, the thing is, school is important to a certain extent. You shouldn't, like, put yourself down just because you got a not so good grade. Because at the end of the day, school doesn't determine your value as a human. The only thing that school does for you is determine how good you are at learning things, or more likely remembering things. And if you just get something, you know, a bad grade, I had plenty of those myself. All it means is just, as I said, it's just a piece of paper at the end of the day. It doesn't determine your value, and it certainly doesn't determine what you're like capable of in the future. So you should never like stress about stuff like that, because at the end of the day, if you want to do something, as long as you actually learn how to do it yourself, which with the help of you know, internet nowadays, you can learn anything. That's all we really need to do. That's how I learned programming. I did it myself. I didn't go to uni for it. I just, you know, studied it myself and got decent at it. And that's how I feel about anything, really. As long as you want to do something, there's always a way to achieve it. If one way doesn't work out, there always will be another one. And studying is not always the only choice you have in life. There will always be other, you know, opportunities or chances. And nobody can blame you for, like, you know, being sick, you know. I think that's a pretty dumb reason. There would be another story if you just, you know, slacked off and didn't have, you know, dedication enough to put in effort in studying. But when you are, you know, something's out of your control and other people blame you for it, you just really can't do anything about it. You're just gonna realize that some people are not nice. And there's plenty of people like that in life. You're just gonna, you know, put your head down sometimes and keep doing what you're doing.
Yes, I should at least go and thank Barbara again. I hope she's not upset with me.
Plus, I'm a firm believer that schools are just a place to find out what you're good at. I don't believe in the educational system of schools in general. I feel like the only thing the school does good for you is it's a good place to experiment and figure out what you're good at. Because I took my school as a social experience. I tried to make friends and I tried to figure out what I actually want to do with my life. I never was like just like deep within the books trying to please everyone, trying to, you know, study everything there is, because at the end of the day, majority of the stuff you learn in school is probably not going to be useful to you. And it's just how it is. I'm pretty sure teachers know that as well, because majority of the subjects kids don't care about and they're not going to use ever. So yeah. Just as I said, as long as you know what you're good at, and as long as you keep developing there, one or multiple things, that's all that you really need to do. Because achieving greatness in life is important, but there's not always one way to achieve it. There's always multiple paths, and remember, if there's one door closes, there's probably two others that open afterwards. Because, as I said before, with the help of the internet nowadays, you can learn anything, and you can pretty much become anyone as long as you put time and effort. And I'm a true believer in that.
Swan, were you waiting for me? Has something happened?
Yes, at the Angel's Share. Don't worry, it's nothing big, but...
Alex, as I said, you seem like a bright kid, you know? I feel like you put in the effort from the sound of it. Just, you know, just do your best, and whatever happens, happens. Just remember, don't stress out the school. The school is not most important thing in life. Just as I said, take your school time as something to grow as a person and develop both socially and mentally. Because mental growth is also important. As soon as you become more, you know, versatile and knowledgeable, not even in studies, but just socially knowledgeable, that's gonna go a long way in your life. Take it from somebody who...
I know I said it's nothing big, but... Alright, how can I put this? They just really need the acting grandmaster.
Take it from somebody that, you know, was decently at studies, but never like stressed about it too much. Because at the end of the day, as I said, school, what school gives you is not just a piece of paper at the end of it. It just gives you time. And time is valuable. And it's all about how you spend that time. Because if you spend your time wisely and actually use it to improve yourself, then that time is not wasted. But if you spend it just, you know, learning about subjects and things that you probably don't care about and you probably don't even want to pursue in the future, that's probably a time wasted. Maybe not for everyone, but in my opinion, as long as you only pursue what you want to do in the future and focus on that more than anything, that's the best time spent.
Huh?
Well, if you say so, Swan, I will go. I should not let the other knights down. It's fine. Now that I have had the chance to stretch my legs, I feel much better.
Oh, great. Thank you so much. You really saved me on this one.
For goodness sakes, what is happening to the world? Swan used to be the most honest fellow. Now he's dumping things onto Jean.
Well, Swan was clearly agitated. Maybe it is an emergency after all. Let's go and see what this is all about, shall we?
But yeah, I hope that was at least a little bit helpful for you, Alex. I know me and Liz might sound like just, you know, grumpy adults that just try to teach you life. But at the end of the day, There's only so much advice one can give you before, you know, you need to make decision on your own what's important for you truly. Just remember, try to make decisions that you won't regret in the future.
Oh, what's all this?
It's a thank you party for you.
A thank you party?
Jean, when we heard the news about your illness, we were all so worried about you.
We can only imagine how much pressure you must be under as acting Grand Master, and you do so much work all over Mondstadt.
We thought that since you so rarely take any time off, we'd take this chance to throw you a party. Enjoy yourself, Jean.
Alright, time to go on a rave, I guess. Time to actually have some rest for once.
After all, you'll never let us do this once you're back at work.
You know Jean keeps like a hidden stack of wine in her drawer when she gets loose after work. Oh, no worries, Alex. I mean, I'll probably be rounding up soon as well when we finish the quest. But yeah, have a good rest. I hope you have a good day tomorrow.
Jean? Huh? Is this Jean when she's shy? I've never seen her like this.
It's easy to forget that outside of work, Jean is just a normal person, like anyone else.
This is just all such a surprise. Thank you, everyone. This really means so much to me.
Well, it's nothing compared to the amount of work you do for all of us, day in and day out.
But there are so many things I still need to do.
Fear not. We wanted to make sure you could relax and enjoy yourself. So while you were away, we all pitched in and finished off your work for you. Every last task.
You know, Kai just put it like under the rug or something. I can tell that from the smile the sneaky snake has.
Did you really? Even the issue with the food deliveries?
It was no different from what we see on patrol. A couple of hilly churls. Didn't take much to get rid of them.
And the tax returns?
I spent so much time doing library admin. A few more pieces of paper to deal with was really nothing to worry about.
Well, what about Margaret's missing cat?
Oh, I sorted that one out, Jean. That was all me.
Are you kidding me? That rascally prince was apprehended by the brilliant honorary knight. And he also reclaimed my precious astral iron strings while he was at it.
Enough already. No more thinking about work today. Enjoy yourself while you've got the chance.
It is my honor to work alongside you all. Praise be for the Animo Archon's guidance. Speaking of work, it must have been hard work to put all this together. Where did you find the time?
Actually, our friend here was the key organizer behind all of this.
I didn't do anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Kai.
See all of this food and drink? He made sure it all arrived on time.
Oh, I guess I did kind of do that. I'm even greater than I thought, I guess.
Not only that, but he cooked each one of these beautiful dishes himself.
I'm pretty sure I made only 2, Kaya, but you know what? I'll take the compliments.
So relax already. There's no need to be so modest.
I like how Diluc just stands here. Just like not saying anything. He just, you know, stares into distance. He has a 1,000-mile stare. Just wondering what he's doing with his life right now.
Of course, we also have Master Diluc to thank for the venue. Otherwise, we would be looking at quite an alarming bill right about now.
Liz, I mean, that was what I based my name on. Castlevania as well as Hellsing. Which are 2 of my, well, not my favorite, but one of my favorite both games and animes.
Despite my initial reluctance to sponsor a Knights of Favonius event in any way,
Oh hey Rennick, hopefully you're doing okay.
I, like any other citizen of Mondstadt, owe Jean my gratitude for her hard work.
Oh, Master Diluc,
All right. Jean's supposed to be taking it easy. Stop crowding her. Agreed. Now, let the party begin!
Alright.
It looks like everyone seems to be partying hard. Paimon thinks we should join in the fun. Let's go and mingle. Oh, and Paimon thinks she saw Jean go upstairs by herself.
I mean, that would be kind of awesome. Imagine Alucard as a Genshin character.
it is you.
Honestly, that would be an awesome crossover.
Yes, I am just getting some air.
Uh-oh, it seems like something's bothering Jean.
I want to thank you again. Either way, it is good to be here together with everyone. It has lifted my spirits. And it has taught me something.
What's that?
I am definitely more of a Dandelion Knight than a Lionfang Knight. The Lionfang Knight represents Vanessa's past, a past in which she fought hard for Mondstadt.
But it was the Dandelion Knight that represented her hopes for the future, a future belonging to the newly formed Knights of Favonius. I do believe that Vanessa watches over us, whether from high up above or from the wind all around us.
Don't get me even started on Aloy, Liz. Are you kidding me? Aloy was like just stranded in here, forgotten, left to fend for herself. They never mentioned her again. They did their crossover, they forgot she even existed. Which is sad, honestly. Because I was hoping that was like a beginning of Genshin doing crossovers, and I was hoping they would do something more hype in the future. Like maybe put like Dio inside of the game, or I don't know, like put anyone really from, just pick a character, like put the goddamn elf from Death Note, for goodness sake, like anyone. I thought that would be cool, but they never did it again, which is unfortunate.
Let the wind lead. The winds of freedom will guide us along the path that lies ahead. I hope you will continue to join us on that path.
Alright, I think that's probably will do for us. So, I hope you guys had fun today. I think we're probably gonna be rounding up. I know it's a little bit on the later side for most of you, maybe not for you, Liz, but for me it's kind of already almost, it is exactly 11 o'clock, surprisingly. But yeah, as I said, hopefully you had fun, everyone. And tomorrow, same time as usual, 8 o'clock, we're gonna be here yet again, having some fun, having some laughs, exploring, maybe doing a little bit of story along the way, and see how it goes from there. Actually, we might even start doing an Inazuma quest, which is pretty exciting, because as you can see from here, we have it unlocked. So we are good and ready to go. And we'll probably start doing that tomorrow. But yeah, I hope you guys have a good remaining of your day. And if you are going to bed, I hope you have a good night. But yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. And have a good one, everyone. Bye-bye.